Hi guys, I am Muchekwa L. Ntangeni with Maths XYZ, and in this lesson we'll still be dealing with the effect of a different compounding period in financial mathematics. I hope you guys have already subscribed and you have told your friends and loved ones or children to subscribe to Maths XYZ channel on YouTube so that you can get daily notification when we upload videos. Alright guys, with the different compounding period in financial mathematics, we know that in the real world interest rate, they are normally compounded more than once a year. It can be daily, it can be weekly, monthly, it can be quarterly, semi-annually, or it can be annually. But then you must always know which number to divide when it is compounded monthly or if it's compounded quarterly. You must always know how to differentiate those compounding period. Alright guys, as you know, we'll just go straight into a question, and I hope it will make you guys to understand more on the effect of different compounding period. If you don't, please you can start from the first lesson that we did in the effect of compounding period. That will make it better for you guys to understand more into this section of financial mathematics. Alright, here we have a question. It says, if TK wishes to invest 20,000 into a bank savings account, what interest rate should he require in order for his money to double in 3 years if the interest rate is compounded monthly? So here we have TK. He wishes to invest 20,000. When he goes to the bank, he has to require a certain interest rate so that in the period of 3 years, and the interest rate compounded monthly, his investment should be double of the original. That means that it should be 40,000. So here we have A is equals to P into I plus N into the expand of N. Reason why we use this equation is because the investment will actually be growing in over time. That's why we use this equation. So if he needs 40,000, of which this will be the final amount that he requires, and he's only investing 20,000, 1 plus I, that's what we're looking for, and we know that it will be compounded monthly. From the previous lesson, I did show you guys that if it's compounded monthly, you have to divide your I by 12, and you also have to multiply the period by 12. So that means it will be 3 multiplied by 12 there. Alright, then both sides will divide by 40,000. We'll divide this side by, sorry guys, by 20,000, I mean to say, by 20,000 both sides, and this will cancel each other, and we know that 40 divided this will actually be 2. 2 is equals to 1 plus I divided by 12 into an exponent of 36. Okay, I think that's 36. Alright, then we'll introduce the 36 root. We'll introduce the 36 root as well that side. So the 36 root of 2, it will actually give us 1,0194 going on and on. In financial mathematics, I have already mentioned it that it's better to round off in the final answer, and you should always round off to into 2 decimal places. So thus I will just store it in letter A, alright, in the alphabet letter A. So I've stored it in A. It's equals to 1 plus I divided by 12. Alright, now to have I divided by 12 as our subject to the formula, that means that we must minus 1, this one here, it must come to this side of the equal sign. Then minus 1, it will give us 0,01944, going on and on. I won't even store this because I will be multiplying it by 12, of which it will be I is equals to 0,233. I don't have a lot of space anymore to write in, so it will be I is equals to 0,233, and we know that because it's in percentage, I have to multiply by 100. So the interest rate which he requires when he goes to the bank, it should be 23,3, round off to 2 decimal places, it should be 23.33%. So when he goes to the bank to ask about his account, savings account, they should give him the interest rate of 23.33%, so that his investment will be double in a period of 3 years, provided that the interest rate will be compounded monthly. Alright, let's do another question related to this one. Okay. this question here, they say if a car costing 85,000 depreciate at a rate of 12% per annum for 3 years using the straight line method. I hope you guys are still familiar with the straight line method. That's what we did the first lesson of financial mathematics that we did. So the straight line method, what will the depreciating rate be, mistake of the spelling, using a reducing balance method? Remember, the compound method is also called the reducing balance method. So here we have the simple, the straight line method, which is also the simple growth method. It's A is equals to, now that they say it will depreciate, we know that it will be the simple decay method. It's 1 is equals to IN. This is for the simple one, right? And now they say if a car is costing 85,000, we know that's our principal, which is the original amount, 1 minus, and our interest rate in this case is 12% per annum for 3 years using the straight line method. So for 3 years, that means that they didn't mention that it will be compounded more than once a year, so we don't have to divide the interest rate with anything. So they just said per annum, that means that is divided by 1, so we don't have to write anything. So that will be in a period of 3 years, sorry guys, so that will be multiplied by 3, alright? That will be multiplied by 3 so that we can get how much this car will be worth after the period of 3 years. So it's 12%, which is equals to, that means that after a period of 3 years, this car will be worth 44,400 rand. So in 3 years period, this car will have depreciated from 85,000 to 54,400. Then the question continues. They says, what will the depreciating rate be using the reducing balance method? All right, if the car has to be 54,400 in 3 years time, and the original amount, the original price was 85,000, and this will be after, we will calculate after 3 years. What rate do we need so that it will be this worth? It will be this worth after using the reducing balance method. So what we are looking for here, it's actually the interest rate. We know that we have to use the compound decay because the car is actually depreciating, I meant to say. Then here we have 54,400. This is how much the car would be worth after a period of 3 years, I mean to say. So the car was originally 85,000 into 1 minus I to the exponent of 3. We don't have to divide by any other number because it's actually compounded once in a year, which is annually. Then we divide both sides by 85,000. We divide both sides by 85,000. So this will cancel out. So 54,400 divided by 85,000, it will actually be 0.64. 0.64, 1 minus I to the exponent of 3. Then here we introduce the cube root. We introduce the cube root on both sides, and the cube root of 1 minus I to the exponent of 3 will just be 1 minus I. And then here we have the cube root of 0.64, which is 0.64. The cube root of that will be 0.868177, going on, and I'll just store this at letter A. Alright, now now that we want I to be the subject to the formula, it will be I equals to 1 minus 0.86177, going on, which is in letter A. So I just have to say 1 minus recall letter A. So it will just be 1 minus recall letter A. It's equals to 0.13. 0.138226124. What I need to do now knowing that the interest rate has to be in percentage, is to multiply that by 100, and we have 13.82%. So in reducing balance method, if the car was originally 85,000 and in 3 years time is actually worth 54,000, the interest rate used should be 13.82%. So with the straight line method, it was actually 12% to get to that amount. Alright guys, I hope you understood this lesson, that when you with the straight line method, it was actually more expensive compared to when it's reducing balance method, because with the very same, this interest rate is actually high. If it was in reducing balance method, if the interest rate was 12% per annum, the car will now be worth a much better, maybe it will be worth 60,000, we don't know, which is actually much better. All right guys, I hope you understood this lesson, and if you didn't, please just put it in the comment note, then we'll explain better to you. All right, please don't forget to subscribe as well to Maths XYZ, so that when we upload videos you will always get the notification. All right guys, bye.